Okay. Somebody had asked, since you're into like the horror movie thing right now.
Yeah.
They said, I guess your top horror movies, I guess, and I guess top 3 franchise.
Top 3 franchise. Interesting horror franchises. All right. Well, first of all, yes, I love horror movies. I have a place you would watch a horror film, as a room.
I see the skull in the back.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's kind of a bougie skull though. Like it's not creepy. You're just kind of like, oh, you took the
Not
time.
scary enough.
Nah. But yeah, I love horror movies. I love being scared. It's the best. My favorite thing to do in Chicago is Fright Fest at Six Flags, which is hilarious because for those of you who don't know, that's not in Chicago. But anyway. All right. So no, it is not. But it is awesome. The horror, like, oh man. All right. So my favorite horror movie ever, and I'm like a wine snob when it comes to horror movies.
Okay.
Like that's where I get snobby. That's when, like, because I know a lot of people that get snobby around a lot of fandoms and a lot of like canon, like anime sometimes makes people snobby. But like, I get snobby about horror movies. I like that's how I understand why like humans drink wine and then sniff it and talk about it. I get it because of horror movies. I'm like, oh no, I get you. Okay, fine. I would say, so my favorite horror movie ever is Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors.
Okay.
Because that's like perfectly great, gory, stupid fun, but also is legit scary. So scariest movie I've ever seen was Audition, and I don't recommend it. Although it is incredible. It's Takashi Miike, but good luck. You've been warned.
Might check that out.
I mean, it's extremely good, but it will fuck you up.
I mean, I'm still fucked up from what's the name of that goddamn movie? Parasite.
Yeah.
I'm still fucked up from that. And it's not even the whole movie, it's just the motherfucker from the basement.
Yeah, well, okay, so picture that worse and like earlier in the movie, and you have to sit through another half. Like the first half of the movie, you're like, this is fun. And then that happens, and you're like, oh shit, there's an hour left. And then by the time it's over, you're like, I'm done. This is amazing, but I'm done.
It's on Tubi right now for free.
Good luck, man. I'm just saying. And I really hope that you like text me and you're like, oh, that was nothing. And I'm like, good for you. Good for you.
No, Chad, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm watching that shit in the daytime. I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm watching that thing first thing in the morning, like
with all the lights on.
Yeah, with all the lights.
That's a weird brunch movie to watch. You'll see what I mean when you see it. That's the scariest movie. I know my favorite franchise though is probably The Conjuring, because James Wan is a fucking hero and makes amazing horror movies, even if they are cheesy. Like Malignant was incredible. Is it good? No. Is it incredible? Yes. Will I watch it a million times? I can't believe we're not watching it right now. Like, it's an incredible ride. It's dumb as shit, but I love every minute of it. He just gets me. He's got a good rhythm. And all the Conjuring movies are fun. The first one's incredible. The second one's like the biggest budget horror movie ever. Yeah. And then the third one is dumb, but also it fits with the other two. It's jump scares. It's good times. But yeah, no, I love the Conjuring series.
Yeah, I think Insidious is one of those movies. Yeah, one of those movies had a fucking jump scare that I've never fucking like. The jump scares never get me, but it was one of those fucking Insidious movies, bro. That shit got me like a motherfucker. I was like, whoa.
He gets it. He knows like how to dangle you in a scene to be like, all right, you're not getting out of the scene. You know it's coming. You know it's coming, and you're like, yes. It's like that bully that's like, I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you. Not going to hit you. Then he finally hits you, and you're like, oh my god! But that was a great buildup. Like, good for you for having some art behind it. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say that like, yeah, that's my favorite franchise. But like, there's so much good horror happening right now. Did you guys see the Invisible? Oh, I'm sorry, Mal. What's yours?
Oh, it still fucks me up to this day. Fucking Final Destination.
Man, every one of those movies is a work of art.
Because nobody will ever drive behind one of those fucking trucks with the
ever again. Never even thought about it.
Every time I'm on the road.
One of those motherfuckers. You're moving lanes or you're getting the fuck off the E-way.
That movie is the Jaws of highway driving. We never had to worry about it until that movie came out and made us completely worry about it.
I'm like, nope.
You know what's so fucked up about those movies? It gave every one of your superstitions real life. Like if you was ever worried about a fucking roller coaster falling off the hinges, It happened in that movie.
There, now you get to see it.
If you were ever worried about it at a NASCAR race and you worry about the fucking trucks going behind that fucking gate, it happens in that movie.
And we're going to show it to you oftentimes in slow motion so that you know every little detail of your nightmares are true.
And then the shit got even more in depth because they started like doing like 3D and started doing like the Mortal Kombat type shit. Like you can see the skull splitting and all type of shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck? You just gonna make shit, you gonna make worse shit even more worse. Like who the fuck does this shit?
My favorite is when they like it's an obvious one and then they get out of it and they go like the guy who like fell from the fire escape.
Oh yeah.
It came down. He's like, ha, and he like moved, and then he ended up slipping and ended up in the same place and getting impaled. I was like, damn.
Because it sucks when okay, I'm gonna go nerd for a minute. Wes Craven had a great quote where he said the scariest thing in the movie should be the director, and I feel like that's what Final Destination gets right. Is that like it's ridiculous, but you know that he's gonna pull a trick on you, and so every time something wonderful happens, you're like, I don't believe it. There's gonna be a fucking snake is gonna jump out of that fucking laundry basket and eat that dude's face because he's afraid of snakes. It's gonna happen, and then he's like, no, man, it's not gonna happen. Just kidding, it's in the bed, and you're like, fuck. Yeah, it's fucking masterful.
I forgot.
That's a great franchise.
Chad, have you ever seen a movie called I guess it's horror, more suspense or something like that? It's called Follow Me or It Follows or some shit like that.
It Follows. That was a big hit when it came out. It was like a weird because that was like right around when the retro stuff started becoming popular.
I called it the STD movie.
Well, it is, right? Like that's not even they're not even joking. It's like
I'm dead serious.
It's about herpes that kills you.
Like it kills you and everybody gets it and then they just pass the shit along. And if the other person doesn't die, then the next person that gets it will.
And they don't even shy away from it in the beginning of the movie because it's like, you have to fuck me. And she's like, wait, what? And he's like, you have to because I have to get rid of this demon that's inside. You're like, okay, I know where this is going. Okay. Did you ever see a movie called Don't Breathe?
Don't Breathe. Is that the one with the family that's in the basement, or is that the guy with that's deaf?
It's the guy that is blind.
Well, blind. Yeah, blind.
One.
Yo, that movie is fucking amazing.
It really is. That's Fede Alvarez, man. He did the Evil Dead remake, which is wonderful. I think.
I haven't watched the second one, but that first one, Don't Breathe, that shit.
Don't worry about the second one. The second one's trash. The first one's great. Don't even bother with the second one. It doesn't happen, and it'll disappear, and we won't.
It usually happens when they bring like a kid out of nowhere into some shit that ain't got shit to do with shit. Yeah, okay. All right.
Well, but like Don't Breathe was such a perfect movie. We're done. And they're like, oh, there's more. You're like, no, there isn't. There is no more.
He killed every single one of those kids that broke into his house. It's nothing else to talk about.
Fucked up. It's scary. It gets fucking wild. It's so good. We're good. We don't need it anymore. Did you see? Okay, here's one for you. Did you see the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that's on Netflix?
No.
It is. Hear me out. Awesome. All right.
Okay.
Just like, okay, hear me. Wait, because it's gonna reflect on me poorly if I don't preface this.
You gotta speak that shit up, Chad. You gotta big it up.
There's only one great Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and the rest are insane. But there's only one great one. This one is the only other great one. It is exactly what you want. It doesn't care, and it gives it to you. And when it's over, you're like, that is what I came to see. Thank you very much. I will see myself out. Excellent job, everyone. No notes.
I think two of my top favorite horror movies that I can still watch today is either 13 Ghosts or House of Wax. I think
what was the second one?
House of Wax or Wax House or something.
Holy shit, House of Wax. Which one? The one with the original one?
The first one. Maybe the first one. I don't fucking know.
Because I thought like Paris Hilton is in the remake of that one. And I'm like, the Paris Hilton one. No, you have class, sir.
No, I didn't definitely see that shit.
Although you do love 13 Ghosts, which is a fucking ride. I love that movie. That movie's a blast.
They need to remake that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they did. They did remake that one.
Now they did?
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the black and white one?
I'm talking about the black and white one.
Oh, good, great, even better.
Yeah, I'm talking about the black and white one. I watch all old movies. Like I'll even watch Mars Attacks like today. I'll watch that.
Fucking Mars Attacks.
Yo, that shit is a classic. I don't care what nobody says.
Do I like? Wait, somebody asked if I like Creepshow. Yes, I do. I think Creepshow is weird. It didn't age very well, and the show on Shudder is pretty awesome. But it also. I heard that. It's also not Tales from the Crypt, and it never will be.
Oh man,
is the best and the ultimate.
Tales from the Crypt.
That's a blast from the past.
Still great, still great to rewatch. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight it's Jada Pinkett Smith's first movie, and it is still fantastic. And it's got the old guy from Gremlins. It's got Billy Zane. It's got Willie Sadler. It's got it opens with fucking "Hey Man, Nice Shot" by Filter. It's the ultimate 90s, like, oh shit, okay, kind of movie where you're like, I remember this vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Get back after that.
You lost me a little bit with Jada Pinkett Smith, but
well, I mean,
I caught back up though. I caught back up. I lost it, then I caught back up, but it's all good.
No, all right, it's fair. That's true. That's one of those moments where you forget what year it is because it's been like 3 years you're in isolation, and you say that and you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
She did do
2022 now.
She did do that.
Shit. All right. Well, Billy Zane's in it. But yeah, no, it's like it's like what's that movie with Cheech Marin, Robert Rodriguez, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah. That's
it's a bit like that, but funnier and darker. Like it's everybody's stuck in a hotel in the middle of the desert, and Billy Zane shows up, and he's like a demon. And this is like where the final battle is going to go down, and they're trapped, and he's bringing out demons and like messing with their mind. So like everybody's trying to like figure out how to get out of there, but then Billy Zane will pop up and Beetlejuice it. Like he'll show up in like a crazy outfit and be like, "Hi, I'm your wildest dreams. Come into this casino you've always wanted to own." And then you're like, "Oh shit, he's gonna fuck with their minds because I absolutely want to hang out with Billy Zane in a casino."
So a little bit of Temptation Island and some other shit.
Yeah, that's great. It's a lot of fun. It's gory as fuck. It's so fun. Yeah, no, that one's fun. But like, so Fede Alvarez, who did the remake of Evil Dead and did Don't Breathe, did the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
and so it is like spray blood disgusting, but in the best ways. Like you're like, oh, but this is fun though. Because that shit can get really real and really gross really quick.
Yeah, I eat through a lot of things. I don't lose my appetite that very well, so
yeah, that's true.